Hi everyone, my name is Mr. Chileshe, a math tutor under the Department of Mathematics, the University of Zambia. Okay, so in this lesson, I want to introduce to you the concept of trigonometry. Okay, so let's start with the basic concepts. Okay, so the trigonometry, the trigonometric functions they are actually based on the unit circle. That is the circle with radius 1. So the unit circle is the circle with radius 1. Since the circumference of the circle is given by C is equal to 2 pi r. Then since trigonometry is based on the unit circle, and if we take the radius equal to 1, then we have C equal to 2 pi multiplied by 1, which is just equal to 2 pi. So this 2 pi here forms the complete revolution. So the complete revolution is the circle measured from 0 to 360 degrees. That means C is equal to 360 degrees. Okay. So if we substitute 2 pi where there is C, we have 2 pi equal to 360 degrees. Meaning that the relationship that exists between degrees and measures and radians is 180 degrees. That means 1 radian is equivalent to 180 degrees. Meaning that for any point x comma y on the unit circle, it is associated with the angle theta, which can be measured in radians or in degrees. Okay, so now let us look at an example for converting angles from degrees to radians. Okay, so example 1, convert the following angles from radians to degrees. Okay, so solution. Okay, so we are going to use the same relationship of 1 radian is equal to 180 degrees. So we have pi equal to 180 degrees. Then x is equal to 45 degrees. So we can cross multiply. Then we have 45 pi equal to 180x divide by 180 divide by 180. So this gives us x equal to pi over 4. Okay, using the same approach for part B, you will see that 60 degrees will be equal to so you can check that 60 degrees is just equal to pi over 3, because we're saying pi is 180 degrees. So 3 into 180, that is 60. So which is 60 degrees. So that is 60 degrees. Okay, let us define what is known as a reference angle. Okay, so a reference angle is an acute angle. It's an acute angle that is measured between the x-axis and the terminal side. Side. So acute angle, this is the angle. So an acute angle is the angle that is less than 90 degrees. So an angle that is less than 90 degrees is called an acute angle. Okay, so for angle to be maybe not, the angle is acute if it is between 0 and 90 degrees. So this is an acute angle. Okay, so to demonstrate this information on the sketch, we have the y-axis here, the x-axis here. So suppose this is our terminal side. Then the reference angle is here between theta and between theta and x. I mean the terminal side and the x-axis. If it is in the second quadrant, so this is the second quadrant. So the first quadrant is 0 degrees, 90 degrees. This is 180 degrees. This is 270 degrees. Back to this place here, it will be 360 degrees. So the angle that is between 90 degrees and 0 is in the first quadrant. The angle that is between 90 degrees and 180 degrees is in the second quadrant. The angle that is between 180 degrees and 270 degrees is in the third quadrant. And the angle that is between 270 degrees to 360 degrees is in the fourth quadrant. So first, second, third, fourth quadrant. So in the third quadrant, the reference angle will be somewhere here. Okay. So now, how do we get that reference angle? How do we calculate the reference angle? Okay. So let me say how to get the reference angle. The reference angle. So we have our y-axis, our x-axis. So this is our first quadrant, second quadrant, third and the fourth quadrant. So let's call alpha to be the reference angle. So in the first quadrant, our alpha will be equal to theta. Okay? Because it's already an acute angle. If it is the first quadrant, meaning that it is between 0 degrees to 90 degrees. So we are saying this is 0 degrees, 90 degrees, 180 degrees, 270 degrees, 360 degrees, which is one complete revolution. So in the second quadrant, how do we get this reference angle? So in the second quadrant, it will be alpha is equal to 180 degrees minus theta. Okay? Then in the fourth quadrant in the third quadrant to be alpha is equal to theta minus 180 degrees. Then in the fourth quadrant, alpha is equal to 360 degrees minus alpha. Okay, so in the second quadrant, suppose it is 150, then it will be just 180 minus 150. If in the second quadrant, suppose it's 222, 194, to be just that angle minus 180. In the third quadrant, suppose it is 300, so that 360 minus theta. So that's how you get those acute angles according to each and every quadrant. Okay, so this, we're saying this is the first quadrant and this is the second quadrant,